Mindy's become a really good friend, and she's just somebody that I would die to work with her again. I would work on anything that she does, honestly. Desperate for work, and I essentially that's what it is when you're struggling, and you need to pay the bills, and sometimes you just have to do what's available, and then once you've made it, then you can start saying no. Before I even wanted to become a Hollywood actress, I grew up watching shows where, in Hollywood where nobody looked like me. So I never even imagined that I would work in Hollywood. Hi, this is Richa Moorjani, and you're watching me on ETimes.
Never have I ever spoken to this young girl. And well, we are changing that today. Hi, this is me, Hesha Chima, and today here on ETimes, I'm welcoming none other than the stunning Richa Moorjani.
How are you? I'm so glad to be here.
I'm really good, and I'm so happy looking at you all dolled up and pretty in person, because in the show, by the way, I was crushing hardcore. I was like, oh my God, she looks so good. No
So
wonder all the
sweet.
guys are falling for her.
Thank you.
How's India treating you?
I love India. I mean, India's like home for me. I don't live here, but I've been here so many times, and it's home.
Yeah, is there one particular food, if I have to ask you, when you come to India, you absolutely love binging on?
Well, right now it's mango season, so I've literally been living on the mangoes here.
Oh yeah, we all love mangoes, don't we? Oh my God. Talking about Never Have I Ever, season 4 is just around the corner.
Yep.
It's about to release. Are you nervous? Because I believe the production stopped about a year ago, right?
Yeah, so we finished shooting about a year ago. I don't think I'm nervous. If anything, I'm excited for it to come out, but it will be emotional when it's done because it's the last season.
I want to ask you, because I've always had this, what happens when you finish production, let's say about 8 to 9 or about a year ago, and then you again start promotions? It's like revisiting the whole thing again, and it's coming to an end.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I had to actually, we received, the actors received the episodes to watch, mostly so we know what to talk about in promotions. I just watched the whole season about a month ago. So that was a good refresher, because you do start to forget a little bit after about a year.
Yeah. But if I had to pick from all 4 seasons, since you watched all 4 seasons, which was your best performance? Which season was your best?
I don't know about my best performance, but my favorite season in general is season 2.
Now that you've worked for so many years on one project, and of course, now the show's going to be out. In transition, did you and Mindy talk about more collaborations? Because we want some more.
Well, Mindy's become a really good friend, and she's just somebody that I would die to work with her again. I would work on anything that she does, honestly. But yeah, we have joked about we'd love to work together again. Let's see.
What do you think has changed for you personally as an actor who's representing so many in your category at the moment from the show?
Everything has changed for me. Literally everything. A show like this, a story like this is something that I have always aspired to do and to be a part of, growing up in America, but being so connected to my heritage and to my culture. And really my mission has always been to amplify South Asians and, on screen and off screen. So getting to do a show like this has been so fulfilling and also so motivating for me to keep doing it, because I've seen how much of an impact this has had. And, even for non-Indians and non-South Asians, just to have a show like this that is proof that you can have leading characters who look like us, and it will have it will be a globally successful show. I've seen firsthand how it has opened doors for so many people.
Yeah. I feel even Priyanka Chopra, when she sort of went ahead and did shows for us, we kind of just went ahead and went yeah, girl, okay. And she spoke about the fact that she never had to modulate her accent. She could just be herself.
Yeah.
She could talk like herself and not really work your way through. Talk to me a bit about your struggles. Let's say when you were auditioning through, multiple things out there.
You mean before Never?
Before Never Have I Ever. But did you feel that you were typecasted ever, or were you asked to change, or what was the perception back then?
Yes and no. I would say that, I moved to LA 10 years ago, and the landscape was very different back then. There was a much smaller group of girls in my category that I would see at every single audition. We would all be in the same rooms, going for the same roles, even if all of us were different and, would play totally different characters. But I've seen how much, there's so many more South Asians now, and it's so great to see that. And not just actors, everybody from writers, producers, directors. I've seen, how much things have progressed. But yeah, there have definitely been a lot of projects that felt stereotypical, and either I said no to the audition or was just thankful to God that I did not get the role. Because sometimes, you don't have the luxury when you're desperate for work. And I don't like to use the word desperate, but essentially that's what it is when you're struggling. And, you need to pay the bills. And sometimes you just have to do what's available. And then once you've made it, then you can start saying no. So I would say, going back to your previous question of what's changed for me is now that I've done this show, I'm so much more picky. Now I've said no to things. I can say no to things, and I can also create my own things.
Yeah, I think that's also really nice. Sometimes, when social media can put so much pressure on people, do you feel social media in any way impacts you negatively, or it's just the positive side that you try to look at?
I think it's the same for everybody. I think that it can be a really powerful tool that, I feel so lucky that I can use my platform to use my voice for so many things beyond just acting and the industry, things that I'm passionate about.
Dance included.
Dance included, yeah. But also, other issues in the world that I want to raise awareness about. But then, of course, there are the negative aspects. So I try to have a healthy relationship with social media, which sometimes is easier than other times. But, I take breaks. I don't try to check it every single day, and I try not to read comments. And if I ever do see a comment that really disturbs me, I'll tell my husband to just take my phone away from me so I don't respond.
Oh my God, yeah, that's a good way, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to say, because I think as women we tend to be like, "Abhi reply kar deti hu," but then you just like, better not.
And I've typed the responses and then quickly deleted them.
Oh my goodness! If you were to come back to India and work on a Bollywood movie or a project, would you do it?
Of course, it's always been a lifelong dream. Before I even wanted to become a Hollywood actress, I grew up watching shows where, in Hollywood where nobody looked like me. So I never even imagined that, I wanted to be an actress my whole entire life. That's all I've ever wanted to do. But I never imagined I would work in Hollywood because nobody looked like me. And it didn't even cross my mind that would be a possibility. So I always just assumed, especially as a young kid, that, if I want to become an actress, then I have to move to India and work in Bollywood. And I loved Bollywood movies. I grew up watching Bollywood movies. And I'm a dancer. So for me, that was like a lifelong dream. So of course, if a good project came my way, it would be a dream.
I call this the manifestation interview for everybody who I also sort of want to wish and watch them and doing certain projects.
Thank you.
So tell me, if there was one actor you had to pick, who would you pick?
For what?
To work with.
Oh my gosh.
We're manifesting this right now.
So many. Can I say 3?
Oh yeah, you can take 5.
Oh, I could take 5.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just keep going then. Farhan Akhtar, Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan, Irfan Khan, sad, not possible anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know how many that was, but those are all my favorites.
Yeah. You've spoken about mental health as well, right?
Yeah.
At some point. I want to understand, because that's personally, which is an area of my interest.
Oh, good. Yeah.
When did your journey with self-care and taking care of your mental health and overall wellness start?
That's a good question. I come from a family where we talk very openly about mental health. My mom is a therapist, and we've just been really open about that topic my whole life. And also, my family is very much into wellness and spirituality. So I started meditating when I was very young and doing all kinds of yogic breathing exercises.
That's me too.
Yeah, but it's so important to me. Honestly, I wouldn't function without those things. So I'm very lucky to have those tools. So I think from a young age, I was very lucky and fortunate to have a family that talked about these things and really encouraged taking care of yourself. And, I'm very prone to having a lot of anxiety. So the days that I don't do my self-care practices, I feel a huge difference. So it's just become a part of my life. Yeah.
So on days when you're not shooting or when you're not doing promotions, what's your ideal day like back home?
Literally just to be at home with my dog and exercise and eat khichdi. That's my ideal day.
You love khichdi too? That's crazy. I love khichdi too. So the thing is, every time I tell people that my favorite dish is khichdi, they'll just be like, khichdi pasand hai?
Yeah, people say that to me. I'm like, how I don't understand what the question is. It's the best food and it's the most comforting food. I actually had it last night at my hotel and it was amazing.
Oh, yummy. So tell me, I'll take back to your set, okay? I want to know, what was one of the craziest memories that you guys had while you all were shooting for the entire, let's say season 4, that you remember?
Yeah. Oh my God. So many memories. I can't believe it's been 4 seasons, to be honest. It's, you specifically asked about season 4. It was just so surreal to know that we were shooting the last season. I don't think we actually actively thought about that every day because then it would just be too difficult.
Yeah.
But I think there's one thing I'm allowed to say that's not a spoiler, because I think there's like a glimpse of it in the trailer that Kamla and Devi may or may not be doing a dance for some special occasion. I won't say what, but it's something that Maitri, who plays Devi, and I, we actually manifested that to happen.
Oh, and it did happen.
Yeah, and it happened. So I'm so excited about that.
Lovely. And if I had to ask you something in terms of, what next am I going to see you next on, what would that be?
So I just finished shooting another show, which will come out in September. It's the 5th season of the show Fargo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you excited about that as well?
I'm so excited. It's a totally different show, totally different role, but that's what's exciting about it also.
All the very best for Never Have I Ever Season
Thank
4
you.
and all the other shows, movies, and a Bollywood project that you could be doing soon. Take care, everybody. If you like this video, make sure that you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I shall see you in my next interview. Bye.